Hi, I'm Luce Dubay, and I love to talk about movies 24/7. I've been fascinated with films as long as I can remember, and I upload weekly. Today I'm going to be talking about Scream 6 spoilers. This is a spoiler review. I'll be talking about in depth details about the movies, their reveals, the opening, the ending, all of that, so you have been warned. Alright, I'm going to start talking about the opening. I absolutely love this opening. It's probably the second best in the franchise, or maybe number one. I absolutely love this opening. It was super cool. Starts out with Samara's Weaving's character. She's in a bar. Um, you figure out that she's waiting for an online date. A guy named Reggie, and then he texts her and calls her to tell her that she's lost. He lures her out into the alley. And then Ghostface brutally kills her. And the interesting part is that he reveals himself. There's a reveal right in the opening scene to a character named Jason, um, played by Tony Revololi. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so sorry if I mispronounced that. But yeah, what a great twist! I perked up in my seat when that happened, and it just kept on getting better. He like puts his costume away, talks to Tara for a little bit, then goes back home to meet up with his partner, and he started getting stalked by a different ghost face, which was awesome. I was like, this keeps on getting better. Um, and that ghost face starts messing with him, and it lures him to his dead friend's body, and then he gets killed. Thought that was an amazing opening scene, one of the best for sure. They subverted expectations, so I thought that was fantastic. Again, I love all the character moments. I love Sam's character, especially in this one. She starts out with therapy, and a lot of people aren't helping her because she said that her dad and grandmother were killers, so she's like kind of like that's kind of in her blood. And she said when she killed Richie, it felt right. So like no one wants to help her, and you feel really bad for her because she's just looking for help, and people keep on shutting her down, and she keeps on getting attacked too, like because like there's a rumor going around that she was the mastermind behind the killings in Woodsboro last time, and Richie was innocent, and people harassing her. You kind of saw that a little bit with Sydney and Scream for example, but you get this big time with Sam. So you really feel bad for her, and I thought it was really good character development. Um, and it makes you feel for her and Tara. And Sam's super overprotective of Tara in this one, obviously, because she's gone for her life for like 5 years, and Tara's getting mad because she's too overprotective, and they're both very messed up from what happens, and um, you know like you understand kind of both sides. You understand why Sam's super overprotective, but Tara wants to kind of be on her own for a little bit because she's in college. But like and Tara starts to make poor choices, and Sam and Chad, and Mindy and Anika help her out. So yeah, great opening. I like the party scene, how that set up a really builds a great character development. I thought that was all fantastic. Directing is amazing. It's like I said before. The radio sounds is fantastic. Writing from James Vanderbilt, Guy Busick is amazing. Love everything about this movie. It's the most fun Scream movie. It's probably the most rewatchable one as of right now. I saw it 3 times so far. It's amazing. I haven't got tired of watching it. It gets better and better in my opinion. Um, and I love the apartment scene. That was a fantastic scene. Oh, wait, before I get to that, I want to talk about the bodega scene. People are complaining about, he goes to with a shotgun, but that was only just for a little bit. You get it for once, which is fine. It would have been weird if you had a shotgun for like the whole movie, but it was just for that one scene. So I thought it was cool for that one scene. It was an intense scene. It's very suspenseful. Um, and Ghostface actually leaving the masks of the other kills. He's like counting down, like starts from Richie and Amber, counting down all the way to Billy and Stu. So I thought that was really cool. Like Kirby says, it's like he's leaving Easter eggs, like franchise Easter eggs. So I thought that was a really cool way to do it. I knew from the trailers that, and like rumors before seeing the movie, that like the killer stole the mask, but like the way what they do with him, I thought that was really neat. That was really cool. I like that a lot. So I like the bodega scene. That was intense. apartment scene was so intense, especially in 3D for the first time. Sam going across, and you just really feel it in Mindy, and you kind of had a feeling that Nika's gonna make it, and she has got such a brutal death. Like her head hits the dumpster, super brutal death. You really feel bad for character because Mindy kind of accused her a little bit in the last scene, but she accused all the new characters. But you feel bad for her when she goes. It's too bad. Yeah, I like the new characters this time around. Like the killers. It took me a little bit to come around to them a little bit. I had to see it a couple more times to know how I felt. And I do like the killers after seeing it 3 times. I thought they're all good. Pretty cool. Yeah, like this movie is tension filled, absolutely fantastic. I love this story. How it set how it sets up everything, like with the Ghostface killers, the killer wearing Billy's mask, all of that. Just a great character development. Chad, Mindy, Sam and Tara, the core four, as Chad calls it, which I love. I like to give them a nickname. It's funny. Yeah, and it's there. I'm gonna bounce around a little bit. Sorry if I'm not being consistent, but I'm just talking off the top of my head. But like, there's a romance between Tara and Chad, which I thought was good. And Sam also has a relationship with the guy across the hall, Danny. I liked his character. He was cool. I thought he might have been Ghostface, but I was wrong. But I was read a couple other ones, which I'll get to. I was worried about a lot of things, actually. I caught a lot of things before seeing the movie. I even told my friends, they're like, wow, yeah. I think they were surprised, I guess, at certain things. Because, like, they were like, really? You think that? And I turned out to be right. But I'll tell you what I called before the movie and what I got right. But he was one of the ones I got wrong, though. There's a couple ones couple things I got wrong, but that was only one of them. Because he played a villain in Arrow. Spoilers for Arrow, I guess, sorry. But, that came out a while, though. I mean, it is what it is. But, he played a villain in that show, and I thought he's phenomenal, so I just kind of figured he'd be a villain this time around. And when Savara Weaving was cast, I thought she was going to be a villain at first, but I figured out like she wasn't in the trailer, so I kind of thought she'd be the opening scene, so that's another thing I guess, right? But yeah, I really liked his character. He's cool, nice and funny. I'm glad he survived, so I'm interested to see what he's going to do in the next movie. Yeah, I was watching some interviews of the directors for this movie, and they said it's kind of a feel good movie. They didn't want to kill any like the main characters. They just wanted to just be like emotional, feel good movie, which I respect. I love that because we lost Dewey last time, and I'd be really sad if we lost Garo, Kirby, or something like that. So I'm glad this time they did it. But 7, they have to up the stakes again. But for this particular movie, just being fun, just a fun feel good movie, I love that. I'm on board with that. That's completely fine with me. Like I said, it's a little illogical that they survive certain things. I'll get to that later, but who cares? I mean, it was such an amazing movie. But let's see. Yeah. All the runtime, the flow, it was everything was perfect. It was the perfect runtime. Great emotional moments between Chad and Mindy and Sam and Tara especially. They have a lot of great character moments. All right, now I'm going to get into the ending and the reveals. So it ends at the movie theater, which is an awesome ending for the movie, which I don't think a lot of people caught. So in Scream 2, it opens with the movie theater scene, and that was also the college setting. But this movie, it ends with the movie theater scene. That was also the college setting with the characters. So they flip it. Instead of doing the opening with the movie theater, they do it at the end. I think that was definitely done on purpose. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. But yeah, there's so many great moments. Wait, before I want to talk about that, I actually want to talk about a couple more things. So I love the introduction of Kirby. Like people, you could hear like people gasping. When she came on screen when I saw at the fan event, so that was cool. Everyone was happy that she returned. She was used perfectly throughout. She's an FBI agent. She was used perfectly. She has really great moments with Mindy, talking movie trivia, funny moments. She gets to get into action at the end. So I thought that was all great. Gail has a lot of great moments. I love that callback to the original, like, you know, like Sydney punching her in the first one and stopping her in the second one. Same thing happens with Sam and Tara. Like, Sam goes to hit Gail. She's like, "I've done this dance before, honey." Then Tara punches her. Made me laugh. Oh, I'm so glad they did that moment. That's kind of speculated that there'd be a callback to that, because she did write another book, even though she said last time she would not write a book about, you know, what happened last time, but she did. And then Sam and Tara didn't like that, so they're mad at her. But they ended up making up after, like, Gail has the best chase scene. So one of the best chase scenes ever. That was actually the first phone call like Gail got from Ghostface, which is cool because I didn't really put that together necessarily before. So I thought that was awesome that, you know, she never got a call. Because in the second one she was going to get a call, but Randy picked it up instead. This is the first time her calling. There's a great, you know, a lot of great moments, like really intense. I thought Gail was probably going to die, but thankfully she didn't. I love the moment when she said, "Can you hold, please?" And Ghost is like, "Huh?" And then she hangs up, and, you know, she dials back and you know, dials the number back and, like, shoots the closet, and then they have that intense fight scene. Oh, I really thought she was gonna die, but thankfully she didn't. I thought she was dead for sure. I was gonna be so sad. But no, you know, Sam and Tara come in last minute, and they help her, and yeah, and, you know, a paramedic says she has a weak pulse. So yeah, she ends up surviving. So I thought that was fantastic. I absolutely love that she survived. That was super cool. Now I'm gonna get into the ending and the reveals. I love the movie theater scene. It's super intense. When Chad got. I thought Chad was dead for sure when he got stabbed by both skull faces. So I thought that was a neat little twist that they had two ghost faces at one scene, because they haven't really done that before except for the Stab movie. So I'm glad they finally did that. And Mindy wasn't able to make it to the finale because she got stabbed on the train, which was also a super suspenseful scene. That was like the lights kept on dimming, you didn't know where he was, and he attacks her and stabs her. Luckily, she loves too. But you get to the finale, the Detective Bailey says it's Kirby, but we all know it wasn't. I was like, I ain't falling for that. People would have been pissed if Kirby was Ghostface, but of course she wasn't. And it was actually so the reveals are Detective Bailey, Quinn, and Ethan. And I'll tell you what I called before I get into everything. So what I did call, I knew there would be 4 killers. I had a feeling there'd be 4 killers. So there was 4 killers. There's one at the beginning with Jason, and then there's Quinn, Detective Bailey, and Ethan. And I got 2 right. So I thought it was gonna be Danny, Anika, Quinn, and Detective Bailey. But I did get the Detective Bailey and Quinn right, but obviously I didn't get the other 2 right. But my best friend Christian, he thought it was gonna be Detective Bailey and the Ethan. So together, actually, we got all of it except for the guy in the opening. So yeah, great suspenseful scene. I love all the kills. I love the scene where Sam is like holding on to Tara from the balcony, and she has to let her go and gives her a knife, and Tara stabs Ethan in the mouth, brutal kill, and then Sam shoots Quinn. I just love all that stuff. The Ghostface shrine was amazing. There's so many cool Easter eggs. Great final finale. Again, like for a franchise best for a finale wise. So many great moments in that ending. Thought it was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Like I said, I love the shrine. Love the Ghostface reveals. I love the moment, and the big twist, which I didn't see coming, was all 3 of them were Richie's family. So Bailey was the dad, and the other 2 were brother and sister. So I thought that was cool. Very similar to 2, they just up it, and I'm so glad they finally had 3 ghost faces. Oh, technically 4 with the opening. So I'm finally glad they didn't do 2. That's like one of the big things I wanted. So what I wanted to do 4, like 3 or 4 killers at least. Wanted them to have like a killer reveal early on, more brutal kills, to subvert more expectations, surprise me, and they gave me everything I wanted. And they didn't kill too many characters. So I thought that was all great. Love that they played Red Right Hands twice in the movie. I'm glad they keep on using that song that's in every single movie except for 4. So I'm so glad it's like that's like the unofficial theme song of the movie. Just an absolute they did everything right. Like they're Scream fans this out. They know what they're doing. And I love how Sam defeats Bailey. She calls him as Ghostface and puts on Billy's costume, and she just like stabs him so many times, probably more than Richie even. Like she said she's had like Richie like 22 times and shot him. I think she even stabbed Bailey more. She like stabbed him so many times. I loved it, and she like stabbed him in the eye. Amazing. Oh wow, there's so many great scenes. Absolutely amazing. I love this finale. It's so intense, so suspenseful. Like my hands are shaking, sweating. I love the finale. Fantastic finale. And it ends with Tara, Sam, and Danny walking away. After the theater, because Danny calls the some reinforcements, and you know and of course they have the one last scare too. I forgot to mention that. I don't know. That was very logical how Ethan survived. But Kirby throws Stu's the TV that killed Stu on top of him. So I thought it was a cool callback, and she got one of the Ghostface souls, so that was cool. And Sam got the other two, and I guess Tara just got the assist with the Ethan one. But yeah, again, amazing movie. Absolutely loved it. Phenomenal. I'm so happy this movie. I would up this to an A+. It's also one of my favorite horror movies and scream movies of all time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do appreciate it, and you have a great day and take care. Bye.